Southern France is in the grip of two wildfires made worse by last week's heat wave. A blaze near Narbonne forced the closure of the A9 motorway. Land, the equivalent to 2,000 rugby pitches, has been destroyed in the wake of a fast-spreading blaze. Meanwhile, Marseille's airport's been forced to close by a wildfire that sent smoke over the port city. We understand this beginning when a car caught fire. James Vassiner has this.
Stay indoors and away from the roads so that emergency services can get around. The advice given to residents of Marseille this Tuesday.
Firefighters are working to protect Marseille. It's best that residents stay indoors to avoid the smoke. And please remain calm. Do not drive. Do not go and pick anyone up.
A thick cloud of smoke has surrounded the city and ashes are falling from the sky after a car caught fire on the motorway in the nearby town of Pen-Mirabeau.
The car set the whole hill on fire and then it spread to our homes, so we had to evacuate. The flames were 20 to 30 meters high. It was impressive.
While winds have caused the fire to grow quickly, authorities say that the situation is under control. Marseille's airport closed at noon, roads have been cut off and some train services have been suspended. Authorities had already warned on Monday that the strong winds increased the chance of fires breaking out in the southeastern region, and over 700 firefighters are tackling the blaze.
James Vassner there. Let's go to the south of France. Chris Bockman is waiting in Toulouse for us. Chris, a very good evening to you. What is the latest you can tell us on this situation? Two fires threatening the south of France.
Indeed, and Mark, more than 1,500 people are actually involved in these two fires, putting it on two fronts. They're only about 3 hours away from each other, but they're absolutely dangerous. The one in Marseille, the prefect has said in the last hour and a half that let the emergency services defend the city. Those are his words, not mine. That gives you an idea. It's literally licking the 16th arrondissement. Many people will know that part of Marseille as being an area which is considered kind of the Badlands because you've got some pretty rough housing states with drug use and gang warfare. But it's not just that. There's a lot of individual homes near scrubland. There's even some farms there as well. It's not all just housing estates. And it's also going towards a small area called Estac, which is quite popular amongst tourists as well. These fires happen every year. They do come close to Marseille, but this is really early in the season. This is very big, it's very fast, and it's requiring enormous resources. Well, like I said, just 3 hours away, near Narbonne, the main motorway which links Montpellier down to Barcelona is closed because there's a massive wildfire which has been going on there for 36 hours, and hundreds of hectares of land has been destroyed there. And there's also some really amazing national parks and beautiful villages that tourists will know. If I mention Bages and Périac, everyone here knows about them. They're under threat as well. And what's really sad about this is that the one in Marseille was caused by a car, and the ones that were started here was also by initially someone who didn't put out their barbecue correctly. What we're doing with the barbecue out in this kind of heat wave, I don't know, but it's actually down to human nature.
And that is one of the very sad facts of the whole affair, Chris, isn't it? The weather is set to be hot again, having a renewal of the heat wave, not quite the same intensity, but nonetheless, this isn't going to help matters, is it?
No rain at all. Today is actually relatively 27 degrees here. There's not too much wind. In Marseille, it's about 40 to 70 kilometre gusts. It's a little bit less near Narbonne. That's not exceptional. They get wind in those both, the Mistral, they both get the kind of windy areas. That's definitely not going to help. And there's just so many people in that part of France right now because, as you know, northern France moves to the south with the summer holidays. So it's a lot of people teeming around, a lot of obstructions, too many people. And that could provoke other incidents as well. And so that's why they're asking people to be confined for their own safety and just to let the emergency service work. They're overstretched on staff. They bring staff from everywhere. They don't have enough aircraft. Some of those aircraft are already out of service and they're pretty old and they're trying to get new ones in, but they won't be here in time for what they need right now. And like I said, what's alarming is that this is just so early into the summer season.
Chris Bockman in Toulouse, thank you very much indeed. Chris, keeping a watching brief on those fires for us. And thanks again, Chris, for joining us and giving us your insight, as always.